Alright, this is Matt here on Just for Fun. We're back with more Oath of the Gatewatch set review. Um, and we're up to blue. The abstruse interference wins the award for hardest to pronounce card in this set. Otherwise, it's pretty terrible. Just quick complaint about Devoid. I like Devoid actually as a mechanic or what have you. I think it's cool thematically. What I don't like about it is that in Gatherer now, by the way, if you don't use it, Gatherer is the online search tool on Wizards website where you can find cards. I use it a lot when I'm brewing. Something to keep in mind. On Gatherer, if you click colorless, these Devoid cards come up, and they are colorless, but they're not colorless because they have colored mana symbols in them. So when you're building a deck, and you want cards that specifically don't cost mana of a color, and these do, and they come up, it's annoying. I don't like it. So you'd have to go and put and not Devoid or whatever in order to fix your search. But yeah, blah blah blah. Limited cards. Cultivator Drone. Add one colorless to your mana pool. Spend this only to cast a colorless spell, activate an ability of a colorless permanent, or pay a cost that contains colorless. That is really, really confusingly worded. To me, I think it's too much. They could have just left all of this out, and the card wouldn't be unfair or anything. Or just spend this only to cast a colorless spell, and just get rid of the rest or whatever. I guess it makes the card a little better or less restrictive or whatever, but I don't know. I don't like how it's worded. I think it's too confusing for a common. It's just too much. Skulker seems like a limited bomb. Not really a constructed card. There's better things you can do with 6 mana. It's an Eldrazi tadpole, which I think is interesting. But yeah, limited bomb, play it in limited. Dimensional Infiltrator. This card, wow. That's my note for this card. Wow. I think 2 mana for a 2/1 flying is already, it's already on your radar. Okay, what else does the card do? Flash. Okay, great. In an aggro deck, right? Flash this in at the end of the turn, and then you can start swinging for 2 evasive damage. Awesome. And then it has a protection ability. Now this is what makes a creature really stand out when it's a threat that can be protected. So great card, weird art. It's like a Jester's hat kite creature. I don't know. The art is all trippy in this set. It's like Eldrazi's pray to Salvador Dali or something. I don't know. Let's see. None of these cards are that interesting. Slip through space is kind of cute in a Kiln Fiend deck. I could see that being a thing. Void Shatter is interesting. So it's dissipate. I think that's what that card's called. But the only difference is that it's devoid. So it's randomly hates on Gainsay. I don't know. It's kind of a weird card. What else? So Surge as a mechanic, I think is pretty strong. It's probably the strongest mechanic in this set. Most of the cards seem a little OP to me, but I don't know. We won't know how it plays out until we see it, but I feel like comparative analysis is great. What's that card called? It's not Anticipate. It's another one. But there's already a 4 mana draw 2 at instant speed. And I almost always like to have one of those in my limited deck if I'm playing blue, and this just is strictly better. It's a pretty good card, and a lot of the other Surge cards are good. Crush of Tentacles seems insane. This is a card that's going to be a pain in the ass in constructed, like always. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands, gets rid of a lot of problems. So this is great against Oblivion Ring decks and the white enchantment deck that we were playing for a while. And then the Surge ability, if put an 8/8 into play after you bounced everything, that seems really strong to me. I think this card would be funny in Modern, like Gitaxian Probe, Surge on turn 5 or whatever, or like a green, rampy deck, so play like a dumb elf and then whatever, get this out early. Seems like a really strong card to me. I like it. Cyclone Sire seems really good in limited. Gift of Tusks, so this is like the third name for this card. Oh no, because the other ones destroy it and make a 3/3. This just turns something into a 3/3, which is either... So this is kind of like a blue bolt or a green or a blue shrink, depending on how you look at it. Hedron Alignment, no. That's my note. No, don't. Please don't build a Hedron Alignment deck. As much as I love wacky decks, I'm not doing it. It's dumb. It's just dumb. I don't like it. Dwar Isle Avenger seems nuts. That seems like a really strong common. I would definitely play that in your limited decks, and there might be a way for this to be a pauper card too. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. Negate, love Negate. Oath of Jace. This seems like the worst of them to me, or maybe I don't know. But I'm not a competitive player, so I should have put this at the beginning. Don't listen to me. But the card doesn't do anything for me. I don't find it interesting. I don't like it. Overwhelming Denial to me seems like something that could even make a splash in like Eternal formats, because casting another spell for seems like way easier the older you go, because people are playing cheaper stuff, and that this can't be countered helps you win a counter war. Seems like a really good, really strong anti-control, control mirror kind of card. Sphinx, yeah, this is like a bulk mythic. Unfortunately, I don't think this will do anything. It can't be countered. It's flying. It's hexproof. It makes the other stuff can't be countered. It's a really cool card, but it's a 7 mana 5/5, and 5/5s really just aren't. It doesn't just win a game on its own, so people aren't going to play it in constructed. But it seems like something I would hate to play against. I hate hexproof, and I think like it's obviously you need like either something bigger or like sacrifice, like edict effects to get rid of it. So it's strong. Don't get me wrong, it's very strong, but I don't know, like win before they can cast it. There's a lot of better ways to deal with it. I don't know. For 7 mana, I feel like you can do better. And that's all I have to say about blue. Come right back for black.